So today, airlines across America are busy checking the fan blades on their planes. There is talk that perhaps only a sort of sonogram machine inspection could really detect the wear that led to the Boeing 737 shredding an engine and sending shrapnel flying and piercing a window. And that killed passenger Jennifer Reardon. What a sad story that is. She had two small children that she left behind. Tim McGinty and a Texas firefighter, Andrew Needham, helped to pull her back through the window. They tried valiantly to save her.
God created a servant heart in me, and I felt the calling to get up and do something, stand up and act. Anyways, at that time is when I went to the rear of the plane. And what took place back there, I'm going to leave, out of respect for her family, I'm going to leave that alone.
What an incredible hero that man is, and several others who helped him. But the rest of the passengers, some of whom were struggling to pay for internet access, try to picture yourself doing this as the plane is descending so that they could get a text message out to say goodbye to their people that they love. So they have pilot Tammie Jo Shults, who was one of the first female Navy F-18 fighter pilots, to thank for the fact that they made it home. Listen to this pilot and the captain of this plane as she brought this plane in.
Engine severe damage, engine failure, and exact tons of fuel. Part of the aircraft issues, so we're going to need to slow down a bit. Could you have the medical meet us there on the runway as well? We've got injured passengers. No, it's not on fire, but part of it's missing.
That she had nerves of steel is no surprise to this woman who is sitting here on set with me tonight, Linda Maloney. She is a very good friend and a former combat pilot, and she joins me now. What do you think? Welcome, first of all. It's good to have you here, Linda.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. But when you listen to her going through those moments, and you know her as a friend and a human being, what goes through your mind?
I was comforted by hearing her voice. She was so calm, and I'm sure that helped all the people on the plane. You know, and everyone, I heard reports that the people felt very comforted by her, and she sounded competent, she sounded confident, but she also was calm, and I think that really helped the situation.
What was it in your training, and you're also trained as a fighter pilot, that kicks in those moments?
Well, I was a naval flight officer. I actually flew enemy attack aircraft, so similar cousins to the fighter aircraft. And we all go through the same training. And whether you're a guy or a gal, you all go through the same training, go through all the same emergency procedures over and over again throughout your whole time in the military. And then that's a great foundation for many of the pilots who go on to the airlines. And they have great training programs, too, with the airlines. And you really I always say you fight like you train and train like you fight. And it just kicks in. You know, your training just kicks in, and you do what you have to do. I think I've heard on some reports Tammie Jo saying I was just doing my job, and that's what most aviators will say, that I was just doing my job.
Have you spoken to her?
I have. We've been in contact a little bit on text back and forth. Obviously, she can't talk about the situation, and but you know, her first response was, you know, I'm okay, and that God is good. Faith plays a big part of who she is and how she lives her life.
She's remarkable.
Right.
I want to play a little bit of Marty Martinez, who was on that plane, and gives us a sense of the pressure that this captain was under.
About 20 minutes into the flight, I hear a loud boom. And as you can imagine, everyone on the plane was kind of zoned out and doing their own thing, and you hear this boom. And I think everybody's immediate thoughts were, did you just hear that?
I mean, terrifying.
It really is, and it's just so heartbreaking, even though they brought the plane down safely and saved all those lives, but just so tragic, you know, for the young woman that died. And as a mom, and I know Tammie Jo feels, you know, incredible sense of sadness for that too, and her crew does. And but also, you know, thankful that all those other people made it out alive.
Yeah, I mean, thank God. It could have been so much worse. And as you say, I think all of us look at Jennifer Reardon and you just feel for her. She's, you know, on a business trip. She wants to get home to her kids. We can all understand that feeling as everybody travels around the country. And, you know, I want to ask you about the plane and what I said at the beginning of this about these fans inside and how difficult it is to detect wear and tear on those. What needs to change there?
Well, I'm not, you know, I don't fly for the airline, so I'm not an expert in that area, but we always would say in the military that our NATOPS manual, which is the procedure manual for each aircraft, is written in blood. And every time an accident happens, they have to change the rules and change the procedures. So obviously we'll have to take a look at that, because who would have thought that the window would, you know, break out?
It's incredible. Linda Maloney, thank you for sharing your friend's story with us. We hope that when she can speak about this, that she'll join us, because she's just an incredible hero. And it reminds everybody, of course, of, you know, the landing over on the Hudson. And you just see the behavior that kicks in these professional individuals. And we all are grateful to them for all they do. So thank you. Thanks, Linda.
Okay,
Good to meet you
thanks for having me. You too.